What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl, Gossip Girl, and today we're going to talk about the Vallow Daybell case. Now, the verdict is in. She did get multiple life sentences. So let's talk about it. Vallow Daybell received multiple life sentences in prison without the possibility of parole in the deaths of her two children and that of her husband's previous wife, a case that drew national intrigue after her children disappeared nearly 4 years ago. Lori was convicted in May in the murders of her kids, Joshua J.J. Vallow, who was 7, and Tylee Ryan, who was 16, as well as conspiracy to commit murder in the death of Tammy Daybell. Judge Stephen Boyce ordered she serve consecutive life sentences on the individual murder charges because the crimes occurred at different times. Before her sentencing, Vallow Daybell addressed the court claiming that a near-death experience allowed her to communicate with the spirit world. This woman is just really out there. She is just out there. She told the judge that she knew for a fact that her children and Tammy Daybell were happy in heaven. Tylee and Joshua have communicated with her that they are happy after their deaths. This is what she said in the court. Jesus knows me and Jesus understands me, she said. I mourn with all of you who mourn my children and Tammy. Jesus Christ knows the truth of what happened here. Jesus Christ knows no one was murdered in this case. Accidental deaths happen. Suicides happen. Fatal side effects from medications happen. Ain't nobody trying to hear none of that, girl. But anyway, Boyce noted that Lori last mental health evaluation showed that she suffered from I'm trying to get this word together. Hyper-religiosity, I think is this, and unspecified personality disorder with histrionic and narcissistic features, according to the judge. Listen, she's a narcissist, okay? I don't give a how they write it out, how fancy it is. She's a narcissist, and she has personality disorder. That's what it's reading out to me. Now, according to the judge. But she also refused to comply with court ordering screening that may have probably mitigated her sentencing, Boyce noted. After all of this evidence and trial, you haven't shown any remorse, said the judge. You haven't said you're sorry. You haven't done anything to seek leniency from this court. Now, Tylee is Vallow Daybell's biological daughter from her third marriage to Joseph Ryan, who died of a heart attack in 2018. Joshua was adopted in 2014 by Lori and her fourth husband, Charles Vallow. Now, she and her fifth and current husband, Chad Daybell, were accused of being obsessed with doomsday prophecies and believed that people become zombies possessed by evil spirits. Now, the prosecutors read in a statement on Monday by Kobe Ryan, Vallow Daybell's adult son, who said that his mother's actions have kept him from being able to share his life with the people he loved the most. My children will never know their uncle, their aunt, or grandfather, or even their grandmother, he said in a statement. Tylee and JJ brought so much light into this world. With their lives stolen, I like to share this. I believe nothing could or ever would be the same. Now, the prosecutors described Lori's Lori as a woman who would remove any obstacle in her way and would use money, power, and sex to get what she wanted. During the weeks-long trial earlier this year, her attorney argued that she was a loving mother who became intrigued in biblical prophecies about the end of the world. Authorities first began the search for Tylee and Joshua in November of 2019. I remember that. After several family members contacted the authorities concerned they hadn't seen or spoken to the children since September. Police said that Lori and her husband lied to the authorities about the children's whereabouts during the investigation and failed to comply with court orders to physically produce the children. Their remains were found the following year in June of 2020 on property owned by Chad Daybell in Fremont County, Idaho. The court documents said that Joshua, who was adopted and had special needs, was buried in a pet cemetery and that Tylee's remains were dismembered and burned in a fire pit. Now, in October of 2019, Tammy Daybell was found dead of what were believed to be natural causes at the time. Now, the investigators later exhumed her body and conducted an autopsy which ruled her death as a homicide. Lori married Chad just weeks after his previous wife's death. Prosecutors said during her trial that she took part in that conspiracy to kill Tammy Daybell so that she and Chad Daybell could be together. Chad Daybell, a self-published author who wrote doomsday-focused fiction, is awaiting trial on the same murder charges. Listen, I'm glad. I am so happy that she is getting life in prison, and may she rot. Because there's no excuse for what her and her husband did to those children. And then they had the nerve. They had the nerve to go on vacation. They were on vacation. They were in Hawaii while all this stuff was going on. So I think she is touched and not by an angel. She seems like she's a very narcissistic person. Okay. As far as her suffering from personality disorder, I don't see it, but that's what they diagnosed her with. But I do know she was obsessed with all this, the world ending and coming back as whatever, and all this kind of stuff. She's a nutcase. And she's right where she belongs. And Chad Daybell, he needs to get life as well. But anyway, that's all I have on this. So I will talk to you guys later. Let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about all of this? And I'll talk to you soon.